Customers, coaches, team managers, spectators joining us in the venue, and those of you joining us on live stream this morning. Welcome to the First District meet of 2023, our January Pentaqua meet. We will get started just in a few moments, but before doing so, I will just go back over the health and safety announcements. If swimmers could pay attention, in the event of an emergency, a siren will sound. The staff will direct you to the nearest exit. The exits areas should be kept clear. Take a look around and check where the nearest exits are. There are to be no glass items or outdoor footwear poolside. Swimmers on leaving poolside should dry off and wear appropriate dry clothing and footwear. Please keep the stairways clear and do not sit on the stairs. There are to be no mobile phones in the changing rooms, toilets or shower areas. Anyone wishing to take photographs or videos, the forms must be signed. These are available at the spectator entry desk, and when that is closed, at the meet information desk at the top of the stairs at the back where the announcers are sitting. Everyone is reminded that videos cannot be posted on unsecure websites, but may be posted on secure club websites. So just to introduce you to our officials, we'll welcome all officials onto the deck this morning. Thank you very much for assisting us. To introduce you to our senior officials, we have referees Sheena McCall and Hazel Hastings. Our starters are Elizabeth Fitzsimmons and Robert Fleming and Ross Stewart. So just a welcome from myself, Jackie Smith, and Robert Taylor. We will be commentating at this morning's session. The program of events this morning for our seniors are 14-year ages and above. It involves 200 IM will start the program, 100 fly and 100 back. Okay, so if all swimmers could just note that we require you to report to the marshalling area approximately 3 heats ahead of your own heat, please. This will ensure the smooth running of this morning's program. So that's just approximately 3 heats before your own. Thank you. So we will just get started shortly with event 101. This is the girls 14 to 15-year-old 200 meter IM. We have 12 heats of this event this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Just before we get underway, great sadness, as everyone knows, John Cole from Hamilton Bass sadly passed away just before Christmas. John was a stalwart of the district. Very sad that he's no longer with us, so I'd like you all to be upstanding and pay your respects for a minute for John. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
So this starts the morning's program with event 101. As I said, we have 12 heats in this event, the girls 200 meter IM. This is heat number 1 in lane 3, Freya Walsh, Bells Hill Sharks, 4, Sawinda Gunawakrama, City of Glasgow, and 5, Ellie Murdoch, Cumbernauld. All 3 swimmers are 14 years of age. And as they come down to complete the first 50, it's the Cumbernauld swimmer, Ellie Murdoch, touches there 45.35, followed by Sawindi at 46.93. And Freya now turns into the backstroke section of this 200 IM. It is still Ellie Murdoch who's got couple of body lengths ahead of Sawindi at the turn there after 75 meters. The girls' entry times here range from 3:41.59 to 3:48.07. As we come down to the halfway mark, Ellie Murdoch continues to swim well and turns 1:33.68, 1:39.48 for Sawindi, and we're now into the breaststroke, 50 meters. Well, there is Ellie as it's extending her lead. And comes up to turn well ahead of Sawindi at this stage. Often the breaststroke can change the order in the pool, but Ellie is looking very strong there, and indeed is moving away from Sawindi as Ellie comes up into the closing stages of her breaststroke, and into the turn there in a time of 2:30.49. As Ellie moves into the final 50 meters freestyle here, followed behind her Sawindi at 2:40.10, so there's about 10 seconds between these two girls. As Freya continues to swim well, she's going to finish her breaststroke shortly and move into the final stages of her race, but it's no doubt whose race this is this morning. It is Ellie Murdoch. As Ellie comes into the closing stages here, finishing time 3:15.92. She will be very pleased with that. That's a considerable improvement on her entry time of 3:43.00, as Sawindi also comes in to complete her race this morning, again in a time well under her entry time. Her finishing time this morning 3:27.53. compared with her entry time of 3:41.59. As Freya comes up to her final turn and heads for home. Let's give a cheer for Freya as she comes up to finish her race this morning. Just about half a length to go. Clap for Freya as she finishes there. Her time 4:19.21.
Heat number 2, empty lanes in the 2 outside lanes, 0 and 9. So in lane 1 we have Chloe McLeod from Scotia. 2, Molly Naismith, Bells Hill Sharks. 3, Ada East, Stirling Swim. 4 is Lucy Roger from Western Bartonshire. 5, Emma Brown, Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. 6, Lucy Larkin, Airdrie Monklands. 7 is Sarah Sampson, Renfrew Baths. And her teammate Emma Chivers is in lane number 8. Times in this range from 3:15 through to 3:25. So on to backstroke, halfway mark. The 25% done, 38.90. Leader at that mark is Sarah Sampson from Renfrew Baths. Going well over on the far side now on the backstroke section. In lanes 1 and 2, Chloe McLeod and Molly Naismith. Ada East is coming through Stirling Swim in lane 3. And she's going to be the leader at halfway mark. 1:23.22. So a good 10 seconds faster in this heat than the previous heat. See if there's any change on the breaststroke section. Lucy Roger, the fastest in this on entry times, coming through quite strongly in the middle lane on the breaststroke, along with Emma Brown from Kirkintilloch and Kilsyth. They're now vying for 3rd and 4th. But still Ada East, Stirling Swimmer, with maybe 3-4 metres advantage over Chloe McLeod. You've got a fairly healthy lead. Sarah Sampson still well there. So with just the freestyle to come, 2:16.25. So can Ada get inside 3 minutes? They come back in about 44 to do that. She's got an entry time of 3:20.90. I think she's going to be a second or two inside the 3 minute mark. Chloe looks pretty certain for second. Sarah Sampson having a good finish. She's gone back into 3rd. I'll just keep an eye on the clock for Ada East. And great swim, 2:56.85. Chloe will just be over the 3 minute mark. 3:01.77 in second, and Sarah takes 3rd. 3:05.71. So some 20-second plus improvements for a lot of these girls there. And the final two or three swimmers just coming down. And Emma Chivers, another Renfrew swimmer, will complete our second heat. Just waiting for that time to appear. It is 3:34.62. So some good swims there, girls, well done. As we move on to the 3rd heat, just wait for our officials just to confirm that. And that result now confirmed, Ada, Chloe and Sarah.
And we move on to Heat 3. Lane 0, Emma Logie, South Ayrshire. 1, Nina McGregor, Stirling Swimming. 2, Cameron Copeland, Cumbernauld. 3, Autumn Stewart, Hamilton. 4, Empty Lane 4. 5, Eva Murray, Adrian Monklands. 6, Natasha McNeil, Rutherglen. 7, Hannah Thompson, City of Glasgow. 8, Heather Dalgleish, Dumfries. And 9, Caroline Angus, Airdrie and Monklands. And it is lane 5, Eva Murray, 14-year-old from Airdrie and Monkland, who turns first in a time, I beg your pardon, I think it actually was lane 9, according to the scoreboard. Caroline Angus, 38.26, followed by Eva Murray, 28.31, after the first 50 metres. So it's a little bit faster than the previous heat. And it is still Caroline Angus that just has the advantage ahead of Eva Murray in the centre of the pool there. In behind these two girls, lane 6, Natasha McNeil. But at the halfway stage, it is Caroline Angus. In lane 9, who is leading the field. Natasha McNeil has got herself up into second place. The breaststroke can change the order of these swimmers in an IM, but it is still Caroline Angus. But swimming very well in lane 6, Natasha McNeil has now got herself ahead of the field, ahead of Caroline Angus as they both come in to the turn, to the final 50 metres of their 200 IM this morning. And that is Natasha McNeil in a time of 2:20.60. So at this stage we're actually a little bit slower than the previous heat. Let's see what the girls can do in the final 50 metres. But Caroline is trying to get back on par with Natasha there in this lane 6. Looks like Natasha is going to finish the strongest, however, and as she is now moving away from Caroline, so that it will be Natasha McNeil who touches home first, followed by Caroline Angus, with a battle going on for third, but I think it's going to be over in lane 1, Nina McGregor, who is going to get that, and then just wait for the scoreboard to confirm. In fact, I think, yeah, Nina McGregor's time there, 3:08.09. So the girls have improved on their entry times this morning. They'll be pleased with that. And we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Niamh Lauder, Cumbernauld. 1, Sarah Dryden, Mulgine Bearsden. 2, Rowan Lumsden, Dumfries. 3, Imogen Weir, Bales Hill. Empty Lane 4. 5, Niamh Riley, Cumbernauld. Empty Lane 6. 7, Catherine MacDonald, Adrian Monklands. 8, Ellie Wilson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Megan Mulhern, Airdrie and Monklands. And I think it's lanes 5 and 7. Probably 5 has just got the edge there as we come up to the turn after the first 50 metres. And that is Niamh Riley, 38.78 there at the turn. 39.33 for Catherine MacDonald. So not much between them as they move on to the backstroke. And at the turn, Catherine MacDonald has got herself ahead of the field. Neve Riley in behind her. Oh, I beg your pardon. It's now lane 3. Imogen Weir has got herself into second. But at the halfway mark, it's Catherine McDonald in a time of 1:23.95. In behind her, Imogen Weir and Megan Mulhern in lane 9 in third. As the girls all move on to the breaststroke. Catherine McDonald continuing to swim well and will turn first there. In behind her, the Bells Hill Shark swimmer, Imogen Weir. Imogen looking to try and catch Catherine there. She's making progress in that, but it is Catherine who turns first. Onto the final 50 metres of this race this morning. Imogen Weir second. Catherine's time there, 2:16.60. And in third place, it's Megan Mulhern. As the girls come into the final section of their race, it's Catherine McDonald turns first and heads for home. Imogen Weir second. And still Megan Mulhern in third. But Amy Black's trying to make some inroad in that, but I think she's going to run out of water as Catherine McDonald finishes her race this morning at a time of 2:58.22. And I think Megan Mulhern may just have got second place there. My scoreboard is showing 3:02.17. Imogen Weir in third place, 3:03.22. Look for that to be confirmed. The girls' entry times this morning, they'll all be pleased on the improvements there. We just wait for the scoreboard to update. There we have Catherine McDonald, Megan Mulhern, Imogen Weir, your 1, 2 and 3.
Heat number 5. So in zero, Myla Welsh, City Glasgow. 1, Eva Fair, Mulganbearstown. 2, Evelyn Coyle, Kilmarnock. 3, Amelia Pragill, Bells Hill Sharks. 4 is Amy Watson, South Ayrshire. 5, Megan McDonald from Stirling Swim. 6, Alec Douglas, Lanark. 7, Abby Hennessy, Helensburgh. 8, Chloe Pringle, Rutherglen. And 9, Molly Ashworth from M&B. Times in this, 2:58 to 3:04. So a lot of these girls doing pretty well on that first section of Butterfly. 38:08 for Amy Watson. A whole raft of swimmers not far behind. Going well over on the far side in lane 1 rather. Eva Fair from Mulganbearstown also coming through in middle lane. Amy Watson, South Ayrshire. Megan McDonald well there. Chloe Pringle having a very good backstroke section. She's coming down very strongly to challenge for the lead at the halfway mark. Might just be lane 5, Megan McDonald, who's going to get the touch. Not much in it though. 1:21.94 for Chloe, 1:23.57 for Megan. Very soft touch for her there. This is where it can all change on the breaststroke section. Amy Watson, South Ayrshire, the yellow cap coming through. Red cap of Mila Prygel from Bellshill, also trying to get into the mix. Still the advantage with Megan in lane 5. Good turn from her, just extending that advantage. So Stirling Swimmer has about a metre and a half advantage. Mila Prygel almost upsides Amy for second place. Those three, I think, are going to turn pretty close as we move on to the freestyle section. Let's see who can finish strongly. Advantage at the moment with Megan 2:16.86. Fairly similar splits to the previous heat and also heat 2. And it's the two middle lanes who've forged clear now. Can Amy put in a determined challenge in the last 15 metres? She's certainly closing that gap on Megan. Not much between the two. Amy Watson with a late charge, and Amy gets up to take that. Amy Watson takes that. Megan McDonald in second. Third place in lane 8, Chloe Pringle. So, fastest 2 times we've had this morning so far. Amy Watson, 2:54.33. 2:55.31 for Megan, and Chloe also under 3 minutes, 2:59.72. So some smaller PBs in that heat. So that result now confirmed as we move on to heat 6. Zero is Jenna Weir, Bellshill Sharks. 1, Sarah Aiken, Falkirk Otter. 2, Lyden Howitz from Cumbernauld. 3 is Lucy Mungo from Hamilton Bass. 4, Olivia Leonard, Motherwell and Wishaw. 5, Inga Cummings, South Ayrshire. 6, Carla Young, North Ayrshire. 7, Kirsten Heslop, South Ayrshire, and teammate Charlotte Borland in lane number 8. Empty lane in 9. Very strong start from Kirsten in lane 7. 2 or 3 metres clear of Jenna Weir over on the far side in lane 0. Well, 35.34, that's about 2.5 seconds faster than anything we've seen so far. Can she keep this going on the backstroke section? 2 girls in the middle lanes coming through. Inga Cummings and Olivia Leonard. Virtually upsides our early leader, Jenna Weir, also going pretty well still on that far side. So the advantage still with Kirsten, although our teammate now in lane 5 is just forged clear. Jenna Weir having a good swim over on the far side. The Bellshill swimmer still in second place at halfway, 1:22.44. Well, it's about a second faster than we've seen so far. All these girls under 3 minutes, 2:53 to 2:58 is the range. So can any of them get close to 2:50? Very strong breaststroke section here for the South Ayrshire swimmer in lane 5, Inga Cummings. Jenna Weir may just be in second, although Olivia Leonard is also coming through to challenge for that second place. Lyden Hewitt also making a move on the breaststroke section, but this has been an excellent breaststroke section for Inga. 2:10.42, so she's about 6 seconds faster, so I can see her getting maybe a second or two inside the 2:50 mark here. Still looks pretty strong. Turning sub 2:30 here. Olivia's now gone into second place, just ahead of Lyden. And keep your eye on the clock here. Well inside 250. Cracking swim here from the South Ayrshire swimmer Cummings. Takes that 2:47.22. So a very good improvement. Olivia takes second, 2:55.23. And Leyden 2:57.02. So we'll just wait for officials to confirm that, but 6.5 second improvement for the winner there. That result now confirmed. Well done to those swimmers. Just waiting on their technical bits and bobs to confirm. We have a disqualification in that last heat, lane 7 for a technical infraction.
And we move on to Heat 7, Lane 0, Charlotte Glover, Bellshill Sharks. 1, Amy Weir, Bellshill Sharks. 2, Zara Dunn, City of Glasgow. 3, Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock. 4, Heather Kellock, Dumfries. 5, Hannah Miller, Kintyre. 6, Sophia McGinley, Cumbernauld. 7, Emily Chong, City of Glasgow. 8, Ava Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. And 9, Sanjana Gunawikrama, City of Glasgow. So the entry times here range from 2:53 to, sorry, I beg your pardon, start that again, 2:49 to 2:53. And after the first 50 metres, it is Sophia McGinley, turned there in a time of 33:38, so about 2 seconds faster than the previous heat. So we'll see whether that pace can be maintained. Sophia McGinley leads the field down to the halfway mark. In behind her, the City of Glasgow swimmer, Emily Chung, closely followed by Ava Brackenridge. But also over there in lane 2, Zara Dunn swimming well. But it is going to be Sophia McGinley at the turn there, 1:16.26. Followed by Emily Chong and Ava Brackenridge was your 1, 2 and 3 at the halfway mark. As we look to see what's going to happen in the breaststroke, as Sophia is being challenged by Emily, but Sophia's hanging on to the lead there as she turns first, closely followed by Emily. The girls in behind them in third place would be Hannah Miller and Ava Brackenridge. I think Hannah Miller's just got herself into third place there. It's not all hers. We'll look over to lanes 1 and 2. These girls are moving up into third place, up into the placings there, but it continues to be, sorry, I beg your pardon, it was Emily Chong turned first there, but Sophia McGinley had a good turn, and she's back in just ahead with the advantage over Emily as these two girls come into the final turn. And it is Sophia McGinley who turns first. Emily Chong right in behind her though. So what can the girls do in the final closing stages of their race? And in behind them we'll look and see, and it's the Kintyre swimmer, Hannah Miller, who's got herself securely into third place. Battle going on here in the closing stages, and it was Emily Chong touched there first in 2:44.84. Closely followed by Sophia McGinley, 2:45.48. And the Kintyre swimmer, Hannah Miller, in a time of 2:49.63, finishes in third. Let's look for that to be confirmed. That's the fastest heat we've had this morning, as those results are now official.
Heat number 8, 0, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld. 1, Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. 2, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Bass. 3, Zella Dobson from Kingston. 4, Iona Henderson, Rutherglen. 5, Lily McCarry, Ren 96. 6 is Niamh Quinn from Kintyre, our teammate Cara McFadden in lane 7. 8 is Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bass. And 9, Njali Pavri, City of Glasgow. Strong start in lane 3. Isla Dobson from Kingston. 33.77. Fairly similar to the previous heat. Nice healthy advantage at the moment. Let's see if some of that behind her can claw that advantage back, but she's 4 or 5 clear at the moment. Niamh Quinn, Cara McFadden in 6 and 7, trying to make a move along with Lily McCarry and Iona Henderson. But Isla still maintains good 4 metres advantage here. Lane 9 and Njali Pavri also trying to get into the mix. 1:15.41 at halfway, so about a second faster than the previous heat. Iona Henderson making a move in lane 4. Millie McDonald over in lane 0 also coming through. So whole raft of swimmers on the charge here on breaststroke. Lily McCarry, Niamh Quinn. So Isla Dobson still with an advantage, but that's diminished rapidly. Niamh Quinn in lane 6 coming through extremely strongly here. The guitar swimmer has had a super breaststroke section along with Lily McCarry, Iona Henderson, and it's Niamh with that minimal advantage, 2:07.27 through to 2:08.07 in 3rd place. Right. Who's got the stronger arm pull and leg kick here? It's Isla Dobson back in the lead. Iona Henderson, Lily McCarry chasing. Good turn from Lily. Can she maintain a bit of momentum down the stretch? Still Isla Dobson with the advantage. Iona Henderson trying to get on terms, but Isla's going to hold on. Just Isla, Iona and Lily. Another cracking race, girls. 2:46.11, 2:46.49 and 2:47.21. So a nice wee improvement by 400s to take that Isla Dobson from Kingston, winner of heat number 8. Just wait for that one to be confirmed.
Heat 9, event 101, lane 0, Abigail Hill, Milngavie and Bearsden. 1, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. 2, Sophie Allison, West Dunbartonshire. 3, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld. 4, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton Baths. 5, Leo Rafferty, West Dunbartonshire. 6, Alana Wilson, Bells Hill Sharks. 7, Cara Gumbel, Ren 96. 8, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. And it's the Bells Hill Shark swimmer in lane 6, Alana Wilson, who leads at the 50 metres. in a time of 33.45. As we move into a backstroke, in behind Alana is the Western Bartonshire swimmer Leah Rafferty, but Lucy McLeod in lane 9, also swimming well, got herself into the mix there. I think she turned almost just ahead of the girls in lanes 5 and 6, but it's now Leah Rafferty, I think, who's just got the advantage, possibly. Lane 9, however, also challenging. She's got herself ahead, and she's going to turn first at the halfway mark. That's Lucy McLeod, turning there in a time of 1:15.64. In behind her, Leah Rafferty, and third, Alana Wilson at the halfway mark. Let's see what's going to happen in the breaststroke section. Bales Hill Shark swimmer swimming well. Also is the Western Bartonshire swimmer, and Grangemouth in lane 9. I think that was just at the turn there. I think that was Alana Wilson. Just got the advantage ahead of Leah Rafferty. Lucy McLeod beginning to fall away a little bit as Katie Watson is making a move, as is Aunt Hannah Anderson. Lucy's got herself back up alongside, but it is Alana Wilson who turns first there in a time of 2:01.43. Leah Rafferty is challenging her as these two girls come down to the final turn, but it's still the Bales Hill Shark swimmer who's just got the advantage. Good turn there by Leah Rafferty, as she is now at half a body length and moving away from Alana Wilson. As she comes into the closing stages of her 200 IM this morning, it is going to be Leah Rafferty who touches there first in a time of 2:38.70, ahead of Alana Wilson, 2:41.19, and in third, Katie Watson, 2:43.68. As the girls come in to finish their race this morning, we'll just wait for these results to be confirmed. Closing stages there were very exciting as the lead changed. There's a disqualification in lane 1 for a technical infraction. Looking for, so the board will update itself and confirm the finishing order. And there we have it. Leah Rafferty, Alana Wilson, Katie Watson, and as I said, the disqualification in lane 1.
Heat number 10 in 0, Phoebe Murdoch, South Ayrshire. 1, Millie Colvin, Dumfries. In 2, Victoria Grabowska from Western Bartonshire. 3, Abby Barnstable, Lanark. 4, Sky Buchanan, City Glasgow. 5, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 6, Millie Barton, Bales Hill Sharks. 7, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 8, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer Stingrays. And 9, Joanna Caldwell, Mulgine Bears Den. A strong start from most of the field here. Just lane 3 with a slight advantage. First one under 33, 32.87. It's almost the whole field, all pretty close as we get halfway through the backstroke section. Millie Convent in lane 1 coming through to put in a challenge along with Abby Barnstable. The Stranraer swimmer Emma Barrowman in 8 coming through as well, as is Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire, but it's still advantage at halfway with Abby. 1:14.17, she's increased that advantage a little bit. Can she maintain that on breaststroke? But the whole field still well bunched. Victoria Grabowska from West D in lane 2 going very nicely. Kaylin Chan in 5. So at that halfway mark on breaststroke, a little between Victoria and Kaylin. Out the turn, I think it's just Kaylin with the advantage. Sky Buchanan trying to get on terms. Abby Barnstable still well there. Millie Convent also trying to get into the mix. Little between Victoria and Kaylin. Almost together. 201.84, 202.07. All these girls high 230s, low 240s. Oh, it's still the advantage. I think the North Ayrshire swimmer might just have the slight advantage off the final turn. So down the final stretch, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire, Victoria Grabowska from Western Bartonshire, and a Western Bartonshire swimmer getting really to grips with the final finish, and she's going to take it, I think. Victoria takes that. Kaylin Chan in second, and Abby Barnstable will finish third. 2:38.29, that's the fastest we've seen so far. Well done, Victoria. Second, Kaylin Chan, 2:39.32. Abby Barnstable, 2:41.04. Another cracking race. Just wait for our officials to confirm that one. And Victoria improves her time by about a second and a half. There is a disqualification, unfortunately. Lane 6 for a technical infraction. No change in the 1, 2, 3. Heat number 11.
And we move on to Heat 11, Lane 0, Mirren Gibb, Dumfries, 1, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld, 2, Addison Cole, Hamilton, 3, Zuzia Smith, Grangemouth, 4, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Baths, 5, Katie Towers, Lanark, 6, Madeline Patterson, City of Glasgow, 8, Emma Silcock, Falkirk, 8, Grace Noonan, Milngavin Bearsden, and 9, Emma Miller, Kintyre. And as we come up to the first 50, oh, very tight there, but I think it was lane 7. Emma Silcock turns there, 33.34. 33.62 was second place for Zuzia Smith, and 34.26 for Maddie Patterson from City of Glasgow. So really not a lot in it at this early stage. Emma Silcock still got the advantage in lane 7. After the turn there at the breaststroke, but she is being challenged over in lanes 2 and 3 as they're trying to get a lop on alongside her. Lane 3, Zuzia Smith. She turns second there because it's still Emma Silcock just ahead as we move into the breaststroke. And we'll see what's going to happen with the the order of swimmers here. Emma still has the advantage. She's about getting herself up about a body length ahead of the City of Glasgow swimmer alongside her, Maddie Patterson, who I think is in second at the moment. As Emma comes down to the closing stages of the breaststroke section of this race, she still has a lead here ahead of Maddie Patterson. And Katie Towers, I think, are your 1, 2, and 3 as the girls go into the final 50 metres. Zuzia Smith still up there in the mix, but moving ahead now, coming into the final turn, it's Emma Silcock, the Falkirk swimmer, the 14-year-old from Falkirk, who has got herself ahead of the field, but she is being challenged in lane 5, Katie Towers. It's just whether or not Katie's got enough water left, and she definitely hasn't, as Emma comes into the touch there in first place, 2:33.54. Katie Towers in second, 2:35.31, and Zuzia Smith in third, 2:36.28. So we'll just look for that to be confirmed on the scoreboard. And that's the result confirmed. Emma Silcock, Katie Towers, Zuzia Smith, 1, 2, and 3.
So our final heat, heat 12, Brooke Rogerson in 0 from Dumfries. 1, Louise Connell, City Glasgow. Teammate Alice coming in 2. Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Water 3. Ailey Robertson in lane 4, South Ayrshire. 5, Coca Clocksford, Stirling Swim. 6, Caris Mooney, City Glasgow. Teammate is in 7, Lucy Nimmo. 8, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. And 9, Periscope, Stirling Swim. Well, as expected, very strong start in the middle lanes. Ailey Robertson off to a cracker 30.47, along with Coca Clocksford 30.75. A little between those two. Zoe Crawford, she'll stick with them. Backstroke is her speciality, Zoe. So she'll be in the mix at the halfway mark. But Ailey Robertson, just with that slight advantage. And breaststroke's not too bad either, as is Coco. So those two, you'd expect, may well pull away from Zoe. 107.32, 107.98. Oh, so far, Ailey Robertson, oh, what a turn. Maximised everything out of that turn, did Ailey. Gained probably 1.5 meters. And to put it bluntly, she's squishing this one. 4 meters clear of Coco. 147.60. She's got an entry time of 2:22.99. Can she get inside that magic 2:20 mark? Certainly getting plenty of encouragement from the side. Coca Clocksford having a very good swim in second place, but it's only going to be second for Coco. Keep your eye on the clock. 2:12. It's going to be pretty close to 2:20 here, maybe just a second or so over it. But it's a cracking swim from Ailey Robertson. Takes her final heat, 2:22.03. Coco Clocksford in second, 2:25.03. Very close for third. Lane 6, I think Caris Mooney just snitches in third place, 2:28.97. 2.2 faster than Zoe Crawford, 2:29.17. Another cracking swim to finish the 200 IM for the 14-15-year-olds, 2:22. So Ailey Robertson's adjusted time, 2:21.16. So that's best part of 2 seconds faster than the 2:22.99. Coca Clocksford, 2:25.03. Virtually on her entry time, and Caris Mooney improves from a 2:30.10 to 2:28.97.
And we move on to event 102. This time it's the turn of the girls 16 and over, 200 IM. And we have 2 heats of that this morning. This is heat 1. Lane 2, Laura Carragher, Ren 96. 3, Sarah Ferry, Stirling Swim. 4, Lucy Robinson, City of Glasgow. 5, Erin Falconer, Bells Hill Sharks. 6, Lara Brown, Bells Hill Sharks. Beg your pardon, there is an empty lane 2 here. So we have 4 swimmers in this heat this morning. And after the first 50 metres, it is Lucy Robinson from City of Glasgow, turning there in a time of 35.95. In behind her, Lara Brown and Erin Falconer. As Lucy Robinson continues to lead the field, several body lengths ahead of Erin Falconer, who was in second. Lara Brown, I think, just got the slight advantage to be in third, but Sarah Ferry also swimming well and getting herself up into the mix there. In fact, I think she's going to turn in third place here, as Lucy Robinson turns at the halfway mark in a time of 1:18.97. She's 4 seconds ahead of Erin Falconer. turning there at 1:22.93, and it was Sarah Ferry who turned third. So Lucy Robinson continues to lead the field with a strong breaststroke swim here. She's a good 15 metres ahead of the Bells Hill swimmer, as Lucy Robinson comes into the closing stages of the breaststroke section, and she will turn for the final 50 metres of her race this morning, and the time there of 2:06.98, 6 seconds behind her, Erin Faulkner. There's no doubt whose race this is this morning. It is Lucy Robinson's, as she's going to come up to her final turn and head for home. Erin Faulkner in behind her. Bit of a battle going on for third place between Sarah and Lara, but it's Lara who has the advantage as she heads up to the final turn of her race this morning. And into the closing stages comes Lucy Robinson, finishing there in a time of 2:46.40, an improvement on her entry time, which was 2:50.81. In behind here, the Bells Hill swimmer, Erin Faulkner, 2:54.83. And I think it's going to be Lara Brown, also from Bells Hill, finishing third there, 3:05.62. And that's the results confirmed as we move on to the second heat of this event.
Second heat, 0 Victoria Niven, City Glasgow, 1 Heather Stewart, North Ayrshire, 2 Lexine McCappin, Falkirk Otter, 3 Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Bass, 4 Amy Shields, City Glasgow, 5 Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim, 6 Stella McCarty, City Glasgow, 7 Emma Craney, Cumbernauld, 8 Eva Kirkham, Grangemouth, and 9 Georgia Reid, City Glasgow. We'll expect Stella McCarty very strong on butterfly to be leading after the butterfly section, and she is just ahead of Isabel Wood and Amy Shields, 30:41. Well, this is pretty similar to the time in the 14-15-year-old final heat. Isabel Wood coming through, and you expect Amy Shields possibly to be leading at halfway, very strong. Amy on backstroke. And at the moment, we're a little between the two middle lanes, Amy and Isabel. Stella just drawing back a little bit. So advantage with Amy Shields at halfway. Isabel Wood's breaststroke might just be a smidgen better. That will be the key item in this race. She'll want to build upon that if she can. Amy Shields will want to try and resist this challenge from Isabel Wood if she can. Both girls will finish strongly on freestyle. Not much between them. Amy Shields and Isabel Wood almost together off the turn. And out the turn, just a little bit better turn from Isabel. It's very, very tight as we approach the final 50. Now, Isabel Wood with maybe barely half a second advantage. 150.62, 150.76, slightly better turn from Amy. And she's got to work, but is all still there. A little between the two. Stella McCarty clearing third out the final turn. A little bit more momentum from Amy, and she's stretching away. She's got about half a metre advantage. Isabel Wood coming back, but Amy is going to hold that. Amy Shields is going to take the older age group. She takes that, 2:22.62. Isabel Wood, 2:23.39. Stella McCarty takes third, 2:28.53. We'll just wait for the whole field to finish, and that concludes the 200 metres individual medley for both the younger and older age groups for the girls. Just wait for our referee to confirm that. now confirmed. Amy, Isabel, Stella. And we now move onto the boys. It's 100 metres butterfly. 6 heats, 14, 15-year-olds.
Event 103, Heat 1, Lane 1, Ewan Muir, Kilmarnock. 2, Lewis Kerr, Renfrew Bath. 3, Archie Cameron, North Ayrshire. 4, Jack Paul, Western Bartonshire. 5, Finley Byrne, Falkirk. 6, Ryan McInnes, Western Bartonshire. And 7, Adve Kinvasara, Ren 96. And it is Jack Paul, the 15-year-old from Western Bartonshire, who is leading the field. He has a significant advantage as he comes into the turn at the halfway mark and turns there in 36.28. Pretty tight in behind him. Archie Cameron, Lewis Kerr, 39.03, 39.53. As Jack Paul continues to lead the field. He comes into the final turn, stretching his lead, I think, with a battle going on behind him. It's lane 2, turns second there, Lewis Kerr. Archie Cameron in third, as Jack Paul comes into the closing stages and touches there in a time which is not recorded at the moment. Bit of a soft finish there, but Lewis Kerr's time 1:25.99. Scoreboard just updated. Jack Paul's time 1:22.15. And so it was Jack Paul, Lewis Kerr, Archie Cameron, or your 1, 2, and 3. We're just waiting for official confirmation there. So just waiting for the referee to confirm those results. And we'll move on to Heat 2 just shortly, once we have the results confirmed. Looks like we might be missing a swimmer in lane 0 in the next heat. So just a bit of a delay while we get the confirmation of the Heat 1's results. And that looks like there is a disqualification in lane 1 for a technical infraction. But the finishing order, Jack Paul, Lewis Kerr, Archie Cameron, are now confirmed as we move on to the second heat.
Heat 2, empty lane in 0. 1, Daniel Lawless, Bowness. 2, Keith Flaherty, Morgan Bearsden. 3, Campbell McLean, City Glasgow. 4, Joe Jimison, South Ayrshire. 5, Ruben Pearson, Motherwell and Wishaw. 6, Kieran Brown, City Glasgow. 7, Craig Shaw, Lanark. 8, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. And 9, Luke Bryden from West D. A strong start in the middle lanes. Joe Jimison in lane 4. Lane 8 also going well. Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire, is actually Cameron just with a touch. 33.85. Times in this 1:16 through to 1:26. Now beginning to motor pretty strongly in lane 4 is Joe Jimison. Ruben Pearson trying to get on terms. Still well there is Cameron Hamill. It's the 2 Ayrshire boys at the moment. It's still those 2. Joe Jimison, I think, is going to hold on and take this one now. Joe Jimison from Cameron and Ruben. I'll wait for that just to be confirmed. I think we've got a soft touch in lane 4. time for Cameron, 1:14.68. And we now have the time for Joe. He was indeed the winner, 1:14.19. Cameron 1:14.68, and third place is Ruben 1:14.77. Very tight finish there. Just wait for officials just to confirm that Joe did in fact just get that from Cameron.
And heat 3, lane 0, Rory McCallum, Milngine Bears Den, 1, Adam Money, Hamilton Baths, 2, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth, 3, Ewan McMahon, Falkirk, 4, Freddie Hughes, Bellshill Sharks, 5, Aidan Thompson, City of Glasgow, 6, Samuel Beetham, Bowness, 7, Luke Devlin, Lanark, 8, Yusuf Ibrahim, City of Glasgow, and 9, Joe Carty, City of Glasgow. And at this early stage, it's lane 3, Ewan McMahon from Falkirk Otter, who has just the lead there in tight turning there at 31.53. In behind him, Joe Carty, 31.88. And Joe Carty swimming in lane 9. Alongside him, his teammate Yusuf Ibrahim also up there as well as Samuel Beetham swimming well. Very tight here as we come into the closing stages. It may well just think it'd be Joe Carty swimming well. He's being challenged by lane 6, Samuel Beetham. Ewan McMahon also swimming well. I'm just looking for the times there. Samuel Beetham 1:09.68. Just wait for the scoreboard to be updated here. Time scored there. It was in fact Joe Carty's race in a time of 1:09.41 from lane 9. Disqualification in lane 1 for a technical infraction, and indeed disqualification lane 7 also for a technical infraction. So you finished the order there. Samuel Beetham 1:09.68. Joint Joe Carty 1:09. Scoreboard there, I think, is wrong. It's Joe Carty's race there. Samuel Beetham second.
Heat 4, 0, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth, 1, Michael Winship, City Glasgow, 2, Rhys Edwards, Dumfries, 3, Dylan McShane, City Glasgow, 4, Matt Watchhorn, Scotia, 5, Ife Ukupulu from South Ayrshire, 6, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld, 7, Jack Traynor, Hamilton Baths, 8, Aidan McCavish, Bowness, and 9, Keir Sampson from Scotia. Dylan McShane perhaps just ahead of Matt Watchhorn, and Ife Ukupulu 30.72 at halfway. Times in this 1:09s through to 1:14s. There's very little between Matt and Dylan here. Tight for third. Out the turn, Matt Watchhorn from Scotia. Just trying to maintain an advantage down the final 10 metres, and he's maintaining that without any problems, pulling away. Matt Watchhorn, Dylan McShane, that's third place, Andrew Brackenridge. Winning time for Matt, nice improvement on his century time, 1:07.22. Also improved time for Dylan, 1:07.71, and Andrew 1:09.91. So some good PBs, lads, well done. Let's wait for that to be confirmed. Now confirmed result.
Heat 5, lane 0, Rory Calvert, Grangemouth. 1, Adam Thompson, South Ayrshire. 2, Daniel Frew, South Ayrshire. 3, Ben King, Mulgaon Bearsden. 4, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia. 5, Rogers Kingrellis, City of Glasgow. 6, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 7, Magnus Morris, Ren 96. 8, Eclava Singh, Scotia. And 9, Matthew Lees, Hamilton. And at the halfway mark, it's Ben King, the 15-year-old from Mulgaon Bearsden. Just had the advantage there in turns at 29.21. Rogers Kingrellis, 29.78. Magnus Morris, 29.83. As the boys come up to the final turn, and I think it is just Ben King who's just got the advantage. Can he keep this as they come up to the closing stages of the race? I think he is just going to hold off Rogers Kingrellis from City of Glasgow, who himself is being challenged by Lewis Gibson. Very tight there at the finish. The finishing order there, Ben King in a time of 1:03.32. Second, Lewis Gibson, 1:04.05. And Rogers Kingrellis, 1:04.06. Very tight there for second and third places as we go into the final heat of this event this morning.
Sixth and final heat. 0, Caden McLaughlin, M&B. Teammate Fraser Donaldson in 1. Tom Jeffers, 2, Ren 96. 3, Rory Webster, Dumfries. Teammate Finlay Nelson in 4. 5, David Landman, City Glasgow. 6, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton Baths. 7, Logan Vandermeulen, Stirling Swim. 8, Cameron Gill, Grangemouth. And 9, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire. Lanes 4 and 5, a little between them. Finlay Nelson, David Landman. Also well up there, Logan Vandermeulen. Out the turn, advantage just with David from Finlay. Goes to nip and tuck. Logan Vandermeulen still trying to stick with them. He's certainly managing that pretty well in lane number 7. Out that turn, Logan Vandermeulen still very much in the mix here. Finlay Nelson, David Landman. Middle lanes here, Finlay Nelson I think is going to take this from Logan Vandermeulen. Finlay Nelson takes that, Logan in second, David third. Another cracking race, 1:00.52. Didn't get under the minute, Finlay, but takes that nevertheless. 1:01.55 for Logan. Unfortunately, disqualification, lane 6 for a technical infraction. David Landman third, 1:02.05.
So we're going to move on to event 104. This is for the boys 16 and over, 100-meter butterfly. We have 4 heats of this event this morning. So as I said, this is event 104, boys 16 and over, 100-meter butterfly, and heat 1. Lane 3, Ben Grant, City of Glasgow. 4, Aaron Dunn, City of Glasgow. 5, Robbie McClellan, Scotia, and 6, Fraser Matthey, North Ayrshire. And it's Aaron Dunn who has the early lead as he comes up to the halfway mark. And turns there 33.40. Just a few results from event 101. Girls 14-year-old 200-meter IM. First place, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. Second, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. Third, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. Girls 15-year-old 200 metre IM. First place, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. Second, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow. And third, Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter. Going back to the pool, it is Aaron Dunn who's going to finish his race well ahead of the field. Ben Grant in second, as Aaron finishes there in a time of 1:10.55. In behind him, Ben Grant, 1:16.09. And it's the North Ayrshire swimmer, Fraser Matthey, who finishes in third in a time there of 1:22.97. The boys have improved on their entry times this morning, so they will be pleased with their race this morning.
Heat 2, empty lane in 0. 1, Ian Henderson, Lanark. 2, William Peace, West D. Empty lane 3, Cole Morrison in 4 from Stirling Swim. 5, Ross Carswell, Lanark. 6, Lex Garrett, South Ayrshire. 7, Callum Trainer, Stirling Swim. 8, Aidan Nixon, Bellshill Sharks. And 9, Keane Smith, City of Glasgow. So very tight at the 50 mark, lane 6 I think, but it's Keane Smith just ahead of Lex Garrett, 30.29, 30.68, Callum Trainer 30.62. It's lane 9, Keane Smith going really pretty strongly in that outside lane. And out the turn, he has this wrapped up, Keane Smith. Coming through pretty strongly in lane 4, Cole Morrison with a late charge. Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim, has just left it too late. Keane Smith takes that, 105.79. Second place, Cole Morrison, 106.42. Third place, Callum Trainer, 108.49.
And we move on to Heat 3, Lane 0, Alfie Churches, City of Glasgow. 1, Logan Smith, Motherwell Wishaw. 2, Robbie Carlisle, Hamilton Bath. 3, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swim. 4, Greer van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. 5, Kyle Wong, City of Glasgow. 6, Alex Black, Bowness. 7, Blair McKean, Bellshill Sharks. 8, Matthew Martin, Renfrew Bath. And 9, Alex Cumming, Bellshill Sharks. And it is lane 4, Greer van der Meulen, who is leading. He turns at the halfway mark, turning in a time of 27.63. Ben Montgomery second, and Blair McKean third at the halfway mark. So as we come up to the final turn, it is still the Stirling Swimming Greer van der Meulen who is leading the field. Good turn there. This is his race. He's not going to be caught now with the battle going on for second place. Alongside Greer, I think that's Ben Montgomery and Alex Black, but it's Ben Montgomery who's going to come in behind Greer van der Meulen in second and Alex Black in third. Finish time there for Greer van der Meulen is 1:00.28, 1:02.90 for Ben Montgomery and 1:03.37 for Alex Black.
Heat 4, 0 Fergus Curry, M&B. 1 Reuben Kelly, Dumfries. 2 Cameron Shaw, Grangemouth. 3 Cameron Creaney, Cumbernauld. 4 Lewis Hammond, City Glasgow. Teammates Rory Young, Robert Burgess in 5 and 6. 7 Dylan Cashmore, South Ayrshire. 8 Cameron Bryce is not showing, and in 9 Ewan McLeod from Lanark. Lane 4 Lewis Hammond, Robert Burgess in lane 6. 2 City Glasgow lads with the advantage. Cameron Creaney, a distinct yellow cap of Cumbernauld, tried to stick with the 2 City Glasgow lads. Lewis and Robert off the turn. Lovely turn from Robert Burgess. I dare say he's won that race due to that turn by some margin. So Robert Burgess, Lewis Hammond, Rory Young coming through in 3rd place. City Glasgow 1, 2, 3 there, all under the minute. Robert Burgess 58.30, Lewis Hammond 58.84, Rory Young 59.69. Well done, lads. Just give you the 1, 2, 3 in the girls 16 over 200 IM. Amy Shields, City Glasgow. Isabel Wood 2nd, Stirling Swim. 3rd, Stella McCarthy, City of Glasgow. That's you up to date with all the results so far.
And we move on to event 105, the girls 14 to 15, 100 metre butterfly. We have 10 heats of this event, and this is heat 1. Lane 3, Freya Walsh, Bells Hill Sharks. 2, Sawindi Gunnerwick-Rama, City of Glasgow. 5, Emma Shivers, Renfrew Bath. And 6, Megan McLaughlin, Falkirk Otter. And it's Emma Shivers who has an early lead here. Alongside her, Megan McLaughlin and Sawindi Gunnerwick-Rama. The halfway mark there was Emma Shivers. But Megan McLaughlin has gained the advantage as the girls come up to the 75 metre mark. She's got herself quite a good advantage there. She's about a body length ahead of the 2 girls in 2nd and 3rd. As Sawindi comes up alongside Emma, and they both turn and head for home. That's who hits whether or not Megan can keep this going. As she comes into the closing stages, as Emma comes up alongside her. Mega's advantage is just about half a body length from Emma. And very tight in behind her is Sawindi. As we come into the closing stages, it is going to be lane 6. Megan McLaughlin has managed to keep that lead going. And she finishes there in 1st. Emma Shivers 2nd, and Sawindi Gunnerwick-Rama in 3rd. I'm just waiting for the scoreboard to show the finishing times, however. And there we go. So Megan McLaughlin 1:50.42, Emma Shivers 1:51.76, and Sawindi Gunnerwick-Rama 1:52.64. Unfortunately, there is a disqualification in lane 6, which for a technical infraction. That changes the finishing order. So it's Emma Shivers 1, Sawindi Gunnerwick-Rama 2, and Freya Walsh 3.
Second heat has empty lanes in 0 and 1. So in 2, Emma Cuthbertson, Bellshill Sharks. 2, Rowan Lumsden, Dumfries. 3, Nina McGregor, Stirling Swim. 4, Molly Naismith, Bellshill Sharks. 6, that was 5, Molly Naismith. 6, Moran Greenbank, City Glasgow. 7, Sophie Robin, Renfrew Bass, Empty Lane in 8. And 9, Ellie Murdoch from Cumbernauld. 139 through to 147. So good to see a large number of girls having a go at 100 butterfly this morning. 40-15 for Nina. So she's got a healthy advantage. Second place in lane 5 is Molly. The girls still going well. All the girls arms over, double and leg kick as strong as they can. And a good race for Nina here. She's coming in very strongly indeed. Entry time of 1:39.04. Smashes that by around 10 seconds, 1:29.71. Molly has also a very good swim. She finishes second. Third place, Rowan. Just wait for those times to appear. Maybe the pad's just not registering. So I'll just confirm the times here for Molly. 1:36.95 in second. Third, Rowan, 1:39.42. Disqualification in lane 6 for a technical infraction. And we also have a disqualification in lane 5 for a technical infraction. So that promotes Rowan to second place. And Emma Cuthbertson will now be third. 1:43.79, Ellie Murdoch in fact third.
So move on to Heat 3, Lane 0, Cameron Copland, Cumbernauld. 1, Imogen Weir, Bellshill Shark. 2, Hannah Miller, Kintyre. Empty Lane 3, 4, Mila Welsh, City of Glasgow. 5, Chloe McLeod, Scotia. 6, Heather Kellock, Dumfries. 7, Hannah Thompson, City of Glasgow. 8, Autumn Stewart, Hamilton Bath. And an empty lane 9. And at this, as the girls come up to the halfway mark, it's the Scotia swimmer, Chloe McLeod, who has the advantage from Hannah Miller from Kintyre, as Chloe McLeod turns the 39.23. Mila Welsh in behind her, 40.19, and Hannah Miller in third, 40.50. As Chloe McLeod continues to lead the field, she's got herself a body length, I think, ahead of second place there as she turns first and heads for home. In behind her, Hannah Miller's got herself up into second. A battle going on for third. Imogen Weir, Mila Welsh, and Heather Kellock. But this is the Scotia swimmers' race this morning as Chloe McLeod touches there and finishes the time of 1:25.45. Hannah Miller in behind her, 1:25.89. And Heather Kellock finishes in third, 1:29.15. Entry times there were 1:32 to 1:37, so the girls will all be pleased with their finishing times this morning. So we'll just wait for the results to be confirmed before we move on to Heat 4. We have just result for event 103, the boys' 14-year-old 100-meter butterfly. First place, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. Second, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. Third, Daniel Frew, South Ayrshire. Boys, 15-year-old Butterfly. First place, Finley Nelson, Dumfries. Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. Second, David Landman, City of Glasgow. Third. Event 104, the boys 16 and over, 100-metre butterfly. First place, Robert Burgess. Second, Lewis Hammond. Third, Rory Young, all City of Glasgow. So as we just wait for the officials to confirm the results of Heat 3.
Bit of scribbling going on down there, Jackie, so it looks like...
does look like it's... Yeah, there's some serious discussions, as you said, Robert, going on. Looks like we may be being updated here. The scoreboard is showing the official result there. Chloe McLeod, Hannah Miller, Heather Kellock, as we said, are your 1, 2 and 3. All 3 girls finishing well within their entry times this morning. As there still appears to be quite a lot of scribbling going on down there, Robert. Not sure what's occurring.
Certainly is. I think we're just about ready to go with the next one. Heat 4, 0, Sanadun, City Glasgow 1. Sarah Dryden, M&B 2, Niamh Lauder, Cumbernauld 4, Natasha McNeil, Rutherglen 4, Sarah Aiken, Falkirk Otter 5, Charlotte Borland, South Ayrshire 6, Sanjana Gunawickrama, City Glasgow 7, Chloe Pringle, Rutherglen 8, Ellie Wilson, City Glasgow, and teammate Rebecca Strachan in lane 9. 2 outside lanes going pretty well, as is Sanjana in lane 6. Might be Xanadun on the far side with the advantage. It is far side, I think, with the advantage. Not showing that is actually Sanjana, 38.26, 39.05. Becca Strachan also well there. And Sarah Aiken from Falkirk Otter coming through strongly in the middle. The far side, Zara Dunn, I think, with the advantage still. Looks particularly strong. Getting those arms well out of the water, as you can see. And she's really motoring down the final stretch. So no doubt about who's going to take this. Zara Dunn in that outside lane. Sanjana Gunawickrama, I think, will take second place. And the Falkirk swimmer, Sarah Aiken, in third. Winning time for Zara, 1:21.28. Almost 9 a bit seconds inside her entry time. Sanjana, 1:25.13 in second. And Sarah, 1:25.72, takes third. Just wait for officials to confirm that last race. Now on the board.
And we move on to Heat 5, Lane 0, Amelia Prigel, Bells Hill Shark. 1, Anjali Pavri, City of Glasgow. 2, Kirsten Heslop, South Ayrshire. 3, Monica Muir, Rutherglen. 4, Eva Murray, Adrian Monklin. 5, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. 6, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bath, Empty Lane 7. 8, Emily Chong, City of Glasgow. And 9, Eva Fair, Milngine Bears Den. And it is the Grangemouth swimmer, Lucy McLeod, turns first there at the halfway mark in a time of 36.97. Closely followed by Eva Murray, 37.50, and Monica Muir, 37.80. So at the halfway mark, that was your 1, 2, and 3, but it is Lucy McLeod who turns first and heads for home. She has a significant advantage over this field, and I don't think she's going to lose that. But the battle is on behind her for second place. Look over to lane 2, Kirsten Heslop coming along well, but it also is Emily Chong. So it's a battle between these two girls, and it's Emily who got the touch there, just ahead of Kirsten in third. But there's no doubt whose race that was. Lucy McLeod went out strong, led the field home and won 17.49. Emily Chong 1:22.17, and Kirsten Heslop 1:22.49. Very close between second and third there. So we move on to heat 6.
Heat 6-0, Hannah Lindsay, Hamilton Bass. 1, Susie Smith, Grangemouth. 2, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire. 3, Katie Watson, City of Glasgow. 4, Carla Young, North Ayrshire. 5, Inga Cummings, South Ayrshire. 6, Sarah Sampson, Renfrew Bass. 7, Lucy Mungo, Hamilton Bass, empty lane 8. 9, Mia Taylor, Falkirk Otter. A cracking start in lane number 1, Susie Smith from Grangemouth. Obviously been working hard on her butterfly, her breast, her backstroke's always been pretty good, but good strong start here from Zuzia, 34.15. She's got an entry time of 1:20.61. Can she just keep this going in the second half? Well clear at the moment. Lane 5, Inga Cummings, certainly best of the rest. And Mia Taylor in third place. Cracking swim here from Zuzia. That's also going to be the best time so far. 1:13.93, well done. Second place will be Inga on 1:19.05, which is just inside her entry time, and Mia Taylor takes about a second of her entry time, 1:20.35. Almost 7-second improvement for Zuzia on that one. Well done. Wait for that result to be confirmed. And then we'll move on to heat number 7.
Heat 7, lane 0, Joanna Calder, Milngavin Bearsden. 1, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton Bath. 2, Emma Chambers. 3, Ava Brackenridge, both Cumbernauld. 4, Mirren Gibb, Dumfries. 5, Evan Macaulay, Adrian Monkland. 6, Grace McElwain, Stirling Swem. 7, Neve Quinn, Kintyre. 8, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Baths. And 9, Katie Towers, Lanark. And as we come up to the halfway mark, it's lane 5, Evan Macaulay from Adrian Monkland. In fact, the scoreboard is showing that it was, in fact, Mirren Gibb, at a time of 35.07, turned first. Evan Macaulay close in behind her, 35.42. But we come up to the final turn. Looks like it is Evan that's just got the advantage. But a good turn there from Mirren Gibb as she uses that to her advantage and starts to move away from Evan Macaulay. Looking in behind those, the girls in lane 9, lane 1, lane 0, all swimming well as Mirren Gibb comes in to finish her race in a time of 1:15.77. Evan Macaulay second. Sorry for the delay there, just waiting for my scoreboard to update itself. 1:17.26. And I think it was Katie Towers 1:18.02 in third place. Just look for that to be confirmed. There we go. Mirren Gibb, Evan Macaulay, Katie Towers 1, 2 and 3. And we move on to Heat 8.
Heat 8, 0, Cara Gumbrell, round 96. 1, Sophie Allison, West D, teammate Victoria Grabowska in 2. 3, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire. 4, Isla Dobson, Kingston. 5, Madeline Patterson, City Glasgow. 6, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 7, Addison Cole, Hamilton Bass. 8, Sophia McGinley, Cumbernauld, is going extremely well at the halfway. And 9, Alana Wilson, Belsill Sharks. The aforementioned Sophia, 33.08. I think that's the fastest we've had so far. She's got a nice advantage over Alana Wilson from Belsill in lane 9. The whole field's still pretty well bunched here. Coming through very strongly in lane 3, Sophie Steele. And also Addison Cole in 7. Sophia McGinley still with the advantage. Addison Cole in 7, finishing like a train along with Alana Wilson. It's the near side with the advantage. Sophie Steele also well there. It's very tight the finish. Addison Cole, Sophie Steele, Addison Cole. That's the finish order. 1:14.13 for Sophie. Addison 1:14.40. What a finish, girls. Third place, Madeline Patterson from nowhere, 1:15.96 to get that third place. But well done, Sophie. Just gets that 1:14.13 ahead of Addison 1:14.40.
And Heat 9, lane 0, Emma Miller, Kintyre. 1, Millie Colvin, Dumfries. 2, Lucy Nimmo, City of Glasgow. 3, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 4, Emma Silcock, Falkirk Otter. 5, Karis Mooney, City of Glasgow. 6, Phoebe Murdoch, South Ayrshire. 7, Sky Buchanan, City of Glasgow. 8, Millie Barton, Belsill Shark. And 9, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. And as we come up to the halfway mark, it is the City of Glasgow swimmer, Karis Mooney, who has the advantage, turning there 32.76. Emma Silcock second, 33.23. And Kaylin Chan in third. So the girls come up to the final turn here, and it is still Karis Mooney leading the field as she turns first and heads for home. Strong turn there. She's probably going to hold off the rest of the girls, so this will be her race with a battle going on in behind her. But it looks like it will be Emma Silcock who will touch in second, and I think Kaylin Chan in third. Yes, that's your finishing order. Karis Mooney, Emma Silcock, Kaylin Chan. Karis's time there 1:10.03 against an entry time of 1:11.46, so an improvement for her. Emma Silcock 1:11.81 and Kaylin Chan 1:12.83. Just wait for that to be confirmed before we move on to the final heat of this event. There we go. Karis Mooney, Emma Silcock.
Zero, Brooke Rogerson, Dumfries. 1, Abby Barnstable, Lanark. 2, Alice Cummings, City Glasgow. 3, Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter. 4, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. 5, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. 6, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. 7, Louise Connell, City Glasgow. 8, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swim. And 9, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer Stingrays. Well, we saw Ailey Robertson and Coco Croxford earlier on, finishing first and second. Ailey 15, Coco winning in the 40-year-old category. The advantage with Ailey Robertson, don't look at the scoreboard, that's clearly wrong with the times. It's Ailey Robertson from Coca Croxford. Zoe Crawford hanging in there along with Georgia Dickey. They're off the final turn. Ailey Robertson has this one wrapped up. Coca Croxford, body length or so further back. Zoe Crawford looks as though she's probably going to get third. But this is Ailey's race again. Ailey Robertson takes that 103.92. 105.50 for Coco. And Zoe Crawford 106.92 takes third place. So Ailey very much on her entry time, 103.36, just a fraction slower. Coco a little bit slower in her entry time, but takes second nevertheless, 105.50. So that concludes the 14, 15-year-olds. We move on to the older girls, 16 and overs.
So as Robert says, this is event 106. Now the turn of the girls, 16 and over, 100 metre butterfly. We have 3 heats of this event this morning, and this is heat 1, empty lane 2, lane 3, Sarah Ferry, Stirling Swim, 4, Erin Faulkner, Bells Hill Sharks, 5, Julie Dunn, South Ayrshire, and 6, Lara Brown, Bells Hill Sharks. And it is Julie Dunn who takes the early lead here. She's going to come into the halfway mark, a couple of body lengths ahead of Lara Brown. And Julie turns there in a time of 35.20. Julie's entry time this morning, 1:25.07. Entry times ranging from 1:21 to 1:27. As Julie comes up to the final turn there, turns and heads for home. Ahead of the field, Lara Brown second. And I think Erin Faulkner has just got the advantage over Sarah Ferry. In fact, Erin had a good turn there, and it's about a half a body length ahead of Sarah, as Julie comes in to finish her race this morning in a time of 1:19.17. Smashes her entry time, so she'll be pleased with that. Lara Brown second, 1:25.61, and Erin Faulkner 1:27.96. And that completes heat 1 of the 3 heats this morning. We'll just wait for the times to be, the finishing order to be confirmed.
Lane 0 in heat 2 is Lucy Robinson, City Glasgow 1, Eva McDermott, Mulgan Bearsden 2, Victoria Niven, City Glasgow 3, Sarah Stewart from Mulgan Bearsden 4, Lucy McNally, South Ayrshire 5, Caitlin Hamilton, Lanark 6, Eva Kirkham, Grangemouth, empty lane 7, 8, Erin Connor, Scotia, and 9, Connie Heron, Airdrie Monklands. Looks like Sarah Stewart might just be the early leader at halfway. Not much between her and Lucy McNally. 33.09 for Sarah. It's all pretty tight. Caitlin Hamilton also well there in lane 5. Lanark swimmer and Eva Kirkham from Grangemouth. So lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6. Off the turn, Sarah Stewart, Lucy McNally, Caitlin Hamilton, Eva Kirkham. Good turn from Eva Kirkham as put her into the mix here, but Sarah Stewart has their measure. Sarah Stewart, body length clear. Eva Kirkham looks good for second. Caitlin Hamilton in third, perhaps. At the death, Sarah Stewart, Eva Kirkham, Caitlin Hamilton. That's your 1, 2, 3, 1:11.03. Sarah Stewart, 1:11.63. Eva Kirkham, 1:12.41. Caitlin Hamilton. That concludes our second heat.
And we move on to Heat 3, the final heat of event 106. Lane 0, Kerry Sinnott, Bells Hill Sharp. 1, Georgia Reed, City of Glasgow. 2, Emma Creaney, Cumbernauld. 3, Amy Shields, alongside Stella McCarty in lane 4, both City of Glasgow. 5, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swimming. 6, I beg your pardon, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Bath. 7, Lexine McCappin, Falkirk Otter. 8, Emma Leggett, Hamilton Bath. And 9, Kira Sterica, South Ayrshire. And it is lane 4, Stella McCarty, who touched there turned first, I beg your pardon. Isabel Wood second, and lane 9, Kira Sterica in third at the halfway mark. As Stella McCarty continues to lead as we come up to the final turn. Good turn there, but we need to keep an eye on lane 9. What's happening there? Stella continues to hold off her teammate Amy Shields as she comes into the closing stage of her race. And it is going to be Stella McCarty, Amy Shields, Isabel Wood, your 1, 2 and 3. Stella's time there, 1:04.40. Amy Shields, 1:05.19. And Isabel Wood, 1:05.92. And we move on to event 107. This is the boys 14 to 15, 100 meter backstroke, and we have 7 heats. And there's the confirmation of the final heat of the girls 100 meter butterfly for the 16 and overs. Stella McCarty, Amy Shields, Isabel Wood, 1, 2 and 3. So we'll just await the officials putting in the backstroke starts for the boys for their race this morning, event 107. After that, it will be the turn of the older boys. And then we'll finish off this morning with backstroke for the girls.
So the first heat has 6 going in 2, Ewanmuir, Kilmarnock. 3, Ryan McInnes, Western Bartonshire. 4, Jack Shaw, Belsill Sharks. 5, Kerr Flaherty, Mulganby Sten. 6, John Cunningham, Airdrie Monklands. And in 7, Advi Kinshara from Red 96. 1:26 through to 1:36 the times in this one, so it would be the very first heat being the slowest of the heats. Maybe get some very fast times from these lads. Halfway mark, 40:10 and 40:31 for Kerr and Jack. Advi is in 3rd place. Ewan in 4th. At the moment it's Kerr, body length or so advantage over Jack. Advi, I think, is fairly well clear in 3rd. And coming down with 10 to go. Kerr has this one well wrapped up and is going to improve his entry time quite significantly here. 2nd place is going to be Jack and Advi in 3rd. Now got the time for Kerr, 1:21.43. So that's around about 5.5 seconds faster than his entry time. Jack Shaw improves by around a second, 1:25.24. And Advi, 1:27.04. He takes off a good 9 seconds, so well done, lads.
And we move on to Heat 2, Lane 0, Riley O'Shea, Rutherglen. 1, James Morgan, Bells Hill Sharks. Empty Lane 2, 3, Jack Paul, Western Bartonshire. 4, Lewis Kerr, Renfrew Bath. 5, Kieran Brown, City of Glasgow. 6, Luke Devlin, Lanark. 7, Finley Byrne, Falkirk Otter. 8, Daniel Lawless, Bowness. And 9, Archie Cameron, North Ayrshire. And as they come down to the halfway, it's Lane 0. Riley O'Shea, I think, has just got the advantage, but it's very tight between the boys here. But Riley did turn there, 37.99. Jack Paul from Western Bartonshire second, and Kieran Brown third. And those three boys at the front of the field. As we're coming to the final turn, it's Riley O'Shea, I think, turned first there, just ahead of Jack Paul and Kieran Brown. I think Riley's going to hold, maybe. Let's see. Or is it going to be Jack? Riley just got that, I think. Indeed, he did. 1:19.75. I'm just going to wait for the... In fact, no, the time here, let's have a look. It's just updating itself. 1:18.82 for Riley O'Shea. 1:19.41 for Jack Paul. And 1:20.48 for Kieran Brown, I think, are your 1, 2, and 3. Just wait for that to be updated. There we go. Riley O'Shea, Jack Paul, Kieran Brown. Good race there. Riley just held off Jack in the closing stages there.
Our 38, 0, James Gallagher, Red 96. 1, Archie Perryman, Mullow and Wishaw. 2, Rory McCallum, Mulgan Bearsden. 3, Malcolm Ormonrod from Lanark. 4, Jack Trainer, Hamilton Bass. 5, Aidan McCavish, Bowness. 6, Keir Campbell, Grangemouth. 7, Aaron Hunter, Cumbernauld. 8, Cameron Hamill, North Ayrshire. And in 9, Cole Ashwood, Airdrie in Monklands. Jack Trainer with a slight advantage over Malcolm Orrod from Lanark. 35.02, well, it is a slight advantage. 1600s. Advantage now being stretched by Jack. He's gone about a body length clear. Need to get a good bit of momentum out that turn. And he has maintained that advantage as Jack. Rory McCallum putting a challenge to Malcolm for second. No doubt Jack Trainers has this well wrapped up, finishing strongly as Malcolm to take second, and Rory in third. 1:12.01 for Jack, 1:13.43 Malcolm, and Rory 1:14.34. Improves their entry times by an odd second or two. Well done, lads.
Okay, so just the results for event 105, the girls' 14-year-old 100-metre butterfly. First place, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swimming. Second, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. And third, Emma Silkirk, Falkirk Otter. Girls' 15-year-old 100-metre butterfly. First, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. And we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Joe Jameson, South Ayrshire. 1, Freddie Hughes, Bells Hill Sharp. 2, Craig Shaw, Lanark. 3, Joe Carty, City of Glasgow. 4, Reuben Pearson, Motherwell Wishaw. 5, Effie Poglu, South Ayrshire. 6, Ewan McMahon, Falkirk Otter. 7, Lucas Craw, Rutherglen. 8, Andrew Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. And 9, Rhys Edwards, Dumfries. And as the boys come down to the halfway mark, it is a South Ayrshire swimmer, Effie Ayapoglu, who turned first there. His time 34.35. But coming out of the turn there, I think he has been caught. Lane 7 and 8 swimming really well. Lewis Craw, Andrew Brackenridge. So let's look at the turn. I think it's Lewis Craw who's going to turn first. Maybe just had the advantage after that turn, but the South Ayrshire swimmer coming back at him. This is going to be very close. Reuben Pearson also swimming well, but in fact I think this is going to go to Lucas in first. Lucas's time there 1:11.63, and in fact it was Joe Carty in second, 1:11.70, I beg your pardon, and in third the South Ayrshire swimmer Effie Ayapoglu in a time of 1:12.19. And there we are, that's the results confirmed. Lucas Craw, Joe Carty, Effie Ayapoglu. Just the finish.
Heat 5, 0, Rory Webster, Dumfries. 1, Yusuf Ibram, City Glasgow. 2, Harris Sharp, Airdrie Monklands. 3, Rory Duncan, South Ayrshire. 4, Royce Cringillis, City Glasgow. 5, Matthew Lees, Hamilton Bass. 6, Campbell McLean, City Glasgow. 7 is Finlay Gudici, Renfrew Bass. 8, Aidan Thompson, City of Glasgow. And 9, Daniel Frew from South Ayrshire. Lane 4, Royce Cringillis off to a very strong start. Over a body length clear at the halfway mark. Very fast, 31.73, much faster than we've seen so far. Alice Japp, Airdrie Monkland swimmer, in lane 2, just in third ahead of Rory Duncan in lane 3. But Royce has this one well wrapped up off the final turn. And he's got just over 10 to go. Second place looks to be Rory Duncan now. But finishing strongly, Rory Webster. Royce Cringillis takes this. Rory Duncan, I think, just ahead of Rory Webster, but very, very tight. Royce Cringillis, 1:06.42. Second was Rory Duncan, 1:08.64. And Rory Webster was third at 1:08.81. Ignore what the scoreboard says. We don't have two joint thirds. Yusuf Ibram is actually fourth, and Harris Japp is fifth. And there we have the result. Royce, Rory and Rory. 3 R's. Hope you're all learning everything today. So we move on to our penultimate heat, Heat 6.
And heat 6, lane 0, Samuel Beethan Bowness. 1, Cameron Gill. 2, Rory Calvert, both Grangemouth. 3, Adam Hill, Stirling Swimming. 4, Magnus Morris, Ren 96, alongside Tom Jeffords, also Ren 96. 6, Michael Winship, City of Glasgow. 7, Keir Sampson, Scotia. 8, Jake Ferguson, Grangemouth. And 9, Dylan McShane, City of Glasgow. And there really isn't a lot here, but I think it's probably lane 5, Tom Jeffords, who's going to turn first. Indeed he does, in a time of 32.08. It's a little bit slower than the previous heat. Not by much, but as the boys come up to the final turn, and lane 8, Jake Ferguson swimming well. I think he's going to turn first there. Who's come well out of the turn. Back over, and it is lane 4, Magnus Morris. Got himself into first place, and he's going to touch out first there. And lane 8 in second. Just wait for the times there. There we go, it's just been updated there. So Magnus Morris, 105.63 in first place. Cracking last section. 50 metres of his race there. Second place, Jake Ferguson, 106.60. Adam Hill in third, 107.08.
Final heat 0, Fraser Donaldson, Mulgan Bearstein. 1, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire, teammate Lewis Gibson in 2. David Landman 3, City Glasgow. 4, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia. 5, Logan Bernard Mullen, Stirling Swim. 6, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries. 7, Rooney Road, Mulgan Bearstein. 8, Dean Bergatti, Hamilton Bass. And 9, Adam Thompson, South Ayrshire. Logan and Jack off the turn, it's advantage Stirling, 29.64. Logan van der Molen, 1:00.82. Jack 1:00.57 on entry times. But the Stirling swimmers well clear in this one. Looks as though he has this well wrapped up off the final turn. Body length are so clear. Jack Doherty Simpson second. Lewis Gibson looks as though he'll have to settle for, David Landman settle for third. But stretching away, can he get under the minute? It does indeed. Well done, Logan. 59.80. That's possibly a first for you, under the minute in short course. Jack Doherty Simpson, 1:01.79 takes second. David Landman, 1:03.35. Well, very impressive swim from Logan there. That concludes the 14, 15-year-olds. We move on to the 16 and over. 4 heats up and coming.
So event 108, the boys 16 and over 100 metre backstroke. We have 4 heats this morning. This is heat 1, lane 3, Robbie McClellan, Scotia. Lane 4, Ben Grant, City of Glasgow. 5, Fraser Matthey, North Ayrshire. And it is Ben Grant, the City of Glasgow swimmer, who has the early advantage here. Ahead of Fraser Matthey and Robbie McClellan. As Ben comes down to the halfway mark. His entry time this morning, 1:19.10, as he turns there in a time of 38.08. Fraser Matthey second, 41.16. Robbie McClellan, 45.18. So just finish off the results for event 105, the girls 15 years 100 metre butterfly. First place, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. Second, Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter. And third, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. The event 106, the girls 16 and over 100 metre butterfly. Stella McCarty, Amy Shields, City of Glasgow, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swimming. And as we come down to the closing stages of this race, it is Ben Grant who finishes there at a time of 1:17.73, an improvement on his entry time. He finishes ahead of Fraser Matthew from North Ayrshire, finishing there in a time of 1:26.41, as Robbie McClellan comes in to finish his race in a time of 1:32.39. That's your 1, 2 and 3 for Heat 1 of event 108.
Heat 2, 0, Murray McGregor, Rotherglen. 1, Robbie Gray, North Ayrshire. 2, Luke Gardner, Ren 96. 3, Ben Montgomery, Stirling Swim. 4, William Peace, Western Bartonshire. 5, Alex Cumming, Bellshill Sharks. 6, Callum Trainer, Stirling Swim. 7, Ross Carswell from Lanark and teammate. And 8, Ian Henderson. 1:10 through to 1:17, the entry times in this one. Early leader Ben Montgomery in lane 3 from Stirling Swim, maybe half a metre clear. 32.54 from Robbie Gray. A nice turn has extended that lead for Ben. Looks as though he has this one well wrapped up with just over 25 to go. It's all about second place. Robbie Gray maintaining second, just ahead of Luke Gardner over on the far side from where we are. Ben Montgomery, entry time of 1:10.67. Let's see if he can get a few seconds inside the 1:10 mark. And he finishes 1:07.44. Second place, Robbie Gray, and Luke, I think, just held on to get third. Robbie 1:10.83. Luke Gardner 1:11.07. Ahead of the fast finishing Alec Cumming 1:11.37, who took fourth. So just wait for that to be confirmed. There we have the official result, Ben, Robbie and Luke. So moving on to the third of the 4 heats.
And we move on to Heat 3, empty lane 0, lane 1, Cameron Shaw, Grangemouth. 2, Cole Morrison, Stirling Swim. 3, Blair McKean, Bellshill Sharp. 4, Kyle Wong, City of Glasgow. 5, Lex Garrett, South Ayrshire. 6, Ewan MacLeod, Lanark. 7, Alex Black, Bowness. 8, Alfie Churches. 9, Aaron Dunn, both City of Glasgow. And it is lane 5, Lex Garrett, the 17-year-old from South Ayrshire, who is a good body length ahead of the field at the halfway mark, turning there in a time of 29.85. And behind him, Ewan MacLeod and then Kyle Wong. As Lex turns at the final turn and heads for home, he is still ahead of the field. And this is his race this morning, but the battle is now on for second place. Looks like Kyle Wong's just got himself into the advantage there, ahead of Ewan McLeod as Lex Garrett finishes his race this morning in a time of 1:03.41. In behind him, Kyle Wong, 1:04.42, and Ewan McLeod, 1:04.78. Subject to official confirmation, that's your finishing order for Heat 3. Just looking for the scoreboard to update that and confirm. And there we go, Lex Garrett, Kyle Wong, Ewan McLeod, as we move on to the final heat of event 108.
Heat 4, 0, Rory Young, City Glasgow. 1, Robbie Carlisle, Hamilton Bass. 2, Fergus Curry, Mulgine Beersten. 3, Lewis Hammond, City Glasgow. 4, Robert Burgess, City Glasgow. 5, Greer Van den Mullen, Stirling Swim. 6, Dylan Cashmore, South Ayrshire. 7, Ruben Kelly, Dumfries. 8, Cameron Keaney, Cumbernauld. And 9, Keane Smith, City Glasgow. Oh, very strong start in the middle lanes. Robert Burgess, City Glasgow, well clear at the moment. Greer Van den Mullen in second, 27.49. Those two lads are dominating this one. Robert Burgess and Greer Van den Mullen. Nice turn there for Robert. Puts him well clear down the final 10 metres or so. Robert Burgess, Greer Van den Mullen, and Fergus Curry, I think, will take third. He does indeed. Robert Burgess, 57.10. It was probably a pretty effortless there for Robert. Greer Van den Mullen, 59.27, takes second. And Fergus Curry, 1:01.72, just inside his entry time, takes third place. So it's the girls' turn now, our 14, 15-year-olds. We have 11 heats. Good luck, ladies.
So event 109, the girls 14 to 15, 100 metre backstroke. This is the first of 11 heats. Heat 1, lane 0, Freya Walsh, Bells Hill Shark. 1, Christina Coltart, Falkirk Otter. Empty lane 2. 3, Sir Windy Gunwick Rama, City of Glasgow. 4, Ellie Murdoch, Cumbernauld. Empty lanes 5 and 6. 7, Olivia Patrick, West Dunbartonshire. And 8, Megan McLaughlin, Falkirk Otter. And it is the centre of the pool, Ellie Murdoch, the 14-year-old from Cumbernauld, who has taken the early lead. She's just over a body length ahead of Sir Windy Gunwick Rama from City of Glasgow, alongside her in lane 3, as Ellie turns there in a time of 44.92. The girls' entry times here this morning range from 1:34 through to 1:57. As Ellie continues to move away from the field, and she turns in first and heads for home. So Windy turns second, and there is a battle going on for third with the girls in behind. I think it's going to be lane 1, however, turning first there, Christina Coltart. When I say first, I mean first out of the girls who are battling for third position. But here we come. Ellie Murdoch took the early lead, improved on that and now finishes in a time of 1:30.94. Her entry time 1:34.69, so she'll be pleased with that. Sawindi Gunawikrama in second, 1:38.19. Bit of a battle there for third, but it was Christina Coulthard who touched first in a time of 1:47.24, 1/100th of a second ahead of Olivia Patrick in lane 7. As we move on to Heat 2, just looking for the results to be confirmed for Heat 1. Just some results here. Event 107, the boys 14-year-old 100-metre backstroke. Lewis Gibson first, South Ayrshire. Jake Ferguson second, Grangemouth. Dean Bagatti third, Hamilton Baths. The boys 15-year-old 100-metre backstroke. First place, Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. Second, Jack Doherty Simpson, Scotia. And third, David Landman, City of Glasgow. So there's the results confirmed for Heat 1, Ellie Murdoch, Sawindi Gunawikrama and Christina Coulthard.
Second heat, Aoife Millen in 0, Adrian Monklands. 1, Emma Shivers from Renfrew Baths. 2, Autumn Stewart, Hamilton Baths. 3 and 4 are empty lanes. 5, Ailey Wilson from City Glasgow. 6, Sophie Robin, Renfrew Baths. 7, Hannah Thompson, City Glasgow, and her teammate Maureen Greenbank goes in 8 with an empty lane in 9. 1:26.92 through to 1:32.30 are the entry times. Very steady pace at the moment. This looks like it might just be Sophie Robin with that early touch. That's not quite, it's the other side. Autumn Stewart, Hamilton Baths, 43.07. Just ahead of Sophie, 43.32. Quarter of a second in it. So coming up to the 75 mark, and Hamilton swimmer, I think, just with the early with the advantage. Maureen Greenbank in lane number 8, coming through to challenge. And it just seems to be Autumn Stewart. And the red and white cap, Hamilton Baths to take that. Autumn Stewart, Sophie Robin, and Maureen Greenbank. That's the 1, 2, 3, 1:28.60 for Autumn. Just a little bit faster than her entry time. Lane 2, Sophie Robin, 1:30.17 takes second. Disqualification in lane 8 for technical infraction. So that promotes Ellie Wilson into third place, 1:31.39.
And Heat 3, Event 109, Lane 0, Heather Dalgleish, Dumfries. 1, Lucy Roger, West Dunbartonshire. 2, Natasha McNeil, Rutherglen. 3, Carolyn Angus, Adrian Monkland. 4, Sarah Dryden, Milngine Bears Den. 5, Abby Hennessy, Helensborough. 6, Sarah Sampson, Renfrew Bath. 7, Kennedy Walls, Mungai Bears Den. 8, Imogen Weir, Bells Hill Shark. And 9, Rowan Lumsden, Dumfries. And it's the Helensburgh swimmer, Abby Hennessy, in lane 5, who is leading as they come up. The girls come up to the halfway mark. And Abby turns there in a time of 39.60. Carolyn Angus in behind her in second. And over in lane 0, Heather Dalgleish from Dumfries was in third. But the Helensburgh swimmer continues to have the advantage over the field as she comes into the final turn. Difficult to see who's turning in second there. Bit of a line with the girls in lanes 6, 7 and 8. Over in lane 0, Heather Dalgleish is swimming well. Don't think she's going to be able to catch Abby Hennessy, but may get second. Abby Hennessy, I think it was a bit of a soft touch there, so I'm just going to wait for the board to update itself. Looks like the time there for Abby Hennessy, Abby Hennessy, 1:23.88. Second, Caroline Angus, I think. No, I'm going to wait for the official results there. Yep, it was indeed Caroline Angus in second, 1:25.72, and Imogen Weir, 1:25.87, takes third.
On to heat 4. 0, Chloe McLeod, Scotia. 1, Evelyn Coyle from Kilmarnock. 2, Molly Ashworth, Mulgan Bearsten. 3 is Mia Taylor. 4, Eva Gallagher. And 5, Sarah Aiken, all Falkirk Otter. 6, Emma Logie, South Ayrshire. 7, Eva Brackenridge, Cumbernauld. Her teammate Niamh Lauder goes in 8. And in 9, Amelia Prigel from Belsill Sharks. Well, we have 3 Falkirk Otter swimmers, and one of them's well there, right in the middle lane. Eva Gallagher, 38.73 from Eva Brackenridge, 39.45. So we're a wee bit faster than that previous heat. Times in this one, 1:21.91 to 1:24.69. So very deliberate turns from both the Evas, Gallagher and Brackenridge there. And not much to choose between the two at the moment. Mia Taylor in lane number 3 perhaps is going into third place. And it looks like Eva Gallagher will take that from Eva Brackenridge and Mia Taylor. 1:19.94. Great to see Eva get under the 120 mark. Eva Brackenridge, 1:21.26. Improves her time by a couple of seconds or so. And Mia Taylor, 1:22.47. Also improves by around half a second. So well done, girls.
Okay. So this is heat 5, lane 0, Louise Bell, West Dunbartonshire. 1, Sophia McGinley, Cumbernauld. 2, Megan Mulhern, Adrian Monkland. 3, Hannah Miller, Kintyre. 4, Monica Muir, Rutherglen. 5, Mila Welsh, City of Glasgow. 6, Amy Watson. 7, Charlotte Borland, both South Ayrshire. 8, Chloe Pringle, Rutherglen. And 9, Ada East, Stirling Swim. So as we come up to the halfway mark, we'll look over to lane 1. Sophia McGinley, the Cumbernauld swimmer, is ahead of the field, turning there in a time of 37.55. Pretty tight for second place, but lane 9, Ada East, turned there in second, 39.03. Just ahead of Chloe Pringle, 39.05, as the girls come up to the final turn. And Sophia McGinley has a substantial lead over the field. No doubt who's going to win this. This is her race this morning. Sophia's entry time 1:21.46. In behind her, it's going to be lane 8, I think, after a well-fought battle there. Chloe Pringle, 1:20.47. Sophia's finishing time, 1:17.77. So she will be pleased with that. Amy Watson came in third, in behind Chloe Pringle, according to the board I'm reading. We'll just wait for this to be confirmed. But I think your finishing order was Sophia McGinley, Chloe Pringle, Amy Watson. Just looking for the scoreboard to confirm that for us.
Heat number 6 in lane 0, Leyden Howitt from Cumbernauld. 1, Jenna Weir, Bellshill Sharks. 2, Rhea Yershoff, Hamilton Baths. 3, Alana Wilson, Bellshill Sharks. 4, Kaylin Chan, North Ayrshire. 5, Eva Fair, Mulgan Bearsden. 6, Sanjana Gunawik Grama, City Glasgow. 7, Lucy Mungo, Hamilton Baths. 8, Gemma Rogerson, Cumbernauld. And Neve Quinn in 9 from Kintyre. Well, who's going to get the touch? Very tight in lanes 3 and 4. Alana Wilson, 36.72 by 700s. Kaylin Chan. Leyden Hewitt in third. Well, second half of the race, very tight between Alana in 3, Kaylin in 4. Still in the mix in lane 0, Leyden Hewitt. Off the turn, it's 3 and 4. I think who's going to decide who's going to get this? Alana Wilson, the red cap, white cap of North Ayrshire. Kaylin Chan, it's a red cap that's prevailing. Alana Wilson's going to take this. Alana Wilson takes our 6th heat. Kaylin Chan in second, and third place, Leyden Hewitt, 1:15.78 for Alana, 1:16.74 Kaylin, Leyden 1:18.06. That result now on your board as we move on to heat number 7.
Heat 7, lane 0, Mirren Gibb, Dumfries. 1, Olivia Leonard, Motherwell Wishaw. 2, Cara McFadden, McIntyre. 3, Joanna Calder, Milngavie and Bearsden. 4, Emma Chambers, Cumbernauld. 5, Alex Douglas, Lanark. 6, Susanna Curran, Kilmarnock. 7, Heather Kellock, Dumfries. 8, Katie Watson. 9, Rebecca Strachan, both City of Glasgow. And there really is not much between the girls as we come up to the halfway mark. Lane 0 through to 6, all pretty much in a line. I think it might be lane 5, lane 4. Emma Chambers just turned first there, 37.39 ahead of Alex Douglas, 37.40. And Susanna Curran, 37.72. So there really is not a lot in in this as we come up to the final turn. And it's Emma Chambers from Cumbernauld, I think, just turned first there. And she is beginning to pull away from the field now. She's got herself a good body length and a bit ahead, with a battle definitely going on for second place between lanes 6 and 7. And it was Susanna Curran, I think, who got the touch there. 1:17.54, just ahead of Heather Kellock in 1:17.65. Emma Chambers finishing time there, 1:16.38. All improved on their entry time, so they'll be well pleased with that this morning. As we move on to Heat 8, just to announce the results for event 108. The boys 16 and over 100 metre backstroke. First place, Robert Burgess, City of Glasgow. Second, Greer van der Meulen, Stirling Swim. And third, Fergus Curry, Mulgine Bearsden, as the board confirms the results for Heat 7. Emma Chambers, Susanna Curry.
Heat 8, 0, Sarah Dunn, City Glasgow, teammate in 1, Sky Buchanan, 2, Abby Barnstable, Lanark, 3, Inga Cummings, South Ayrshire, 4, Cara Gumbrell, Red 96, 5 is Sophie Allison, Western Bartonshire, 6, Katie Towers, Lanark, 7, Lauren Peckover, North Ayrshire, 8, Millie McDonald, Cumbernauld, and 9, Emily Chong from City Glasgow. It might just be the Lanark swimmer, Katie Towers, with a slight advantage, but also well there, Emily Chong from lane 9. It is lane 9 with the advantage over in lane 2. Abby Barnstable also in the mix, 36.62. Abby in second. So coming down to the final turn, certainly over on the far side, Abby Barnstable leads that back on the near side. Emily Chong, Mo McDowell coming through strongly. Katie Taylor still well there. And a late charge, Inga Cummings. It's tightening up. Abby Barnstable may just have this one. It's tight. Abby Barnstable, lane 6 and lane 4. Lane 3 there. I think Abby Barnstable from Katie Taylor and Inga Cummings. We'll wait for that just to be on the screen. 1:15.54 Abby Barnstable, 1:15.69 Katie Tellers, Inga Cummings, 1:15.92. That is indeed the 1, 2, 3, Abby, Katie and Inga.
Heat 9, lane 0, Anjali Pavri, City of Glasgow, 1, Emma Miller, Kintyre, 2, Rachel McGavin, Hamilton Bath, 3, Millie Colvin, Dumfries, 4, Alice Cumming, 5, Maddie Patterson, both City of Glasgow, 6, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries, 7, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire, 8, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow, and 9, Emma Barrowman, Stranraer. And it's Caris Mooney, I think, who's going to turn first there in lane 8. Time there 34.19, and second place teammate Alice Cumming 34.83, with Georgia Dickey from Dumfries in third 35.72. Let's see, I think at the final turn here it is indeed still Caris Mooney who is ahead of her teammate Alice Cumming, with Georgia Dickey in third, but Georgia's moving up. It's whether Alice can hold her off, but I think this is going to be Caris's race here as she comes into the closing stages and touches there in first place in a time of 1:10.44, ahead of her teammate Alice Cumming, 1:12.04. I'm just waiting for the board to update because I'm sure that was Georgia, and there we go. That is her time there in third, 1:12.93. So you have 1, 2, and 3, Karis Mooney, Alice Cumming, Georgia Dickey. Subject to official confirmation, which we should receive just shortly as we move on to the penultimate heat of this event, 109. There's your official result: Karis Mooney, Alice Cumming, Georgia Dickey, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah. Just relax a wee minute, girls. A wee technical problem, as you may see if you're with us on live stream. The joys of the backstroke ledges. But Ross has got it all sussed. He's the expert here. Thank goodness we couldn't do without Ross Stewart at Districts. And there we are. Well done, Ross. Thank you very much. And we'll be good to go. Good luck, Perry. I'm sure he's sorted it for you. So into the race now is N0, Ella Dobson, Kingston. 1, Hannah Anderson, Hamilton Bass. Teammate Addison Cole goes in 2. 3, Lewis Connell, City Glasgow. 4, Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. 5, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swim. Going fantastically well in 6, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire. 7, Abigail Hill, Milgame Bearsden. 8, Lucy Nimmo, City Glasgow. And 9, Lucy McLeod, Grangemouth. Well, you might want to slow down, Ailey, and give everybody a wee chance to catch you up. She's well clear, 31.69. What a good first 50 from Ailey Robertson. Liz Colley in second, Leah Rafferty in third. Well, it's all about second place here. Ailey Robertson's been swimming fantastically well this morning and continuing that in the 100 backstroke here. She got an entry time of 1:11.04, probably an old time. Let's see what she's going to post. She's going to be miles inside that. Cracking swim, well done, Ailey, 1:06.09. Lise Connell takes second, 1:09.56, and Leah Rafferty, 1:11.14. Lucy McLeod in lane 9 just gets third place ahead of her, 1:10.71. Cracking. So well done, Ailey, 1:06.09, almost 5 seconds faster than that entry time. So that's the fastest time we've seen so far. That's the marker for the final heat of the girls that are 15, if they want to be top dog.
And the final heat of event 109. This is heat 11, lane 0, Iona Henderson, Rutherglen. 1, Brooke Rogerson, Dumfries. 2, Erin Ferris, Cumbernauld. 3, Emma McGavin, Hamilton Bath. 4, Zoe Crawford, Falkirk Otter. 5, Coco Croxford, Stirling Swim. 6, Zuzia Smith, Grangemouth. 7, Grace Noonan, Milngavin Bearsden. 8, Victoria Grabowska, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Emma Silcock, Falkirk. And at the halfway mark, it's lane 5, Coco Croxford from Stirling Swim, leading the field there in a time of 32.73, just ahead of Zoe Crawford, 33.08. And in third, Brooke Rogerson, the swimmer from Dumfries, over in lane 1, turned in third, 33.52. And at the final turn, who's going to come out of the turn the best there? And it is in the centre of the pool where the battle is going on. Beg your pardon, Coco Croxford and Zoe Crawford battling for first. I think Zoe just got that in a time of 106.91. Coco Croxford 107.08, and it was Emma McGavin from Hamilton Bath in third, 108.82. Subject to official confirmation. The official confirmation are showing on the scoreboard. We will now move on to event 110, and it is the turn of the girls, 16 and over. There's the official confirmation. Zoe Crawford, Coco Croxford, Emma McGavin, 1, 2 and 3. So the girls 16 and over, 100 metre backstroke. Well, this is the final event of this morning's programme. We have 3 heats.
So first of the 3 heats, in 2, Lara Brown, Bellshill Sharks, 2, Connie Heron, Adrian Monklands. In 4, Sarah Ferry, Stirling Swim. 5, Erin Faulkner, Bellshill Sharks. We have an empty lane in 6. And 7 is Emma Emery from South Ayrshire. 122 to 128, the entry times here. A nice turn from Erin Faulkner. She's got maybe half a metre advantage over her teammate Lara Brown in lane 2. So at the moment it's Bellshill 1 and 2 from Adrian Monkland. So North Lanarkshire to the fore in this one, 39.93. So that very distinct pale blue cap of Adrian Monklands to the fore here. Connie coming through to challenge the 2 Bellshill girls. Sarah not all that far back on the 3. So out the turn, nice turn though from lane 5, Erin Faulkner. Just extends that lead that she had at the 75 mark. And our halfway leader is going to take this one. Connie Hearn has done enough to get second, and Lara Brown in third. Winning time 1:23.03. Connie 1:23.87. Lara 1:24.04. So unfortunately, disqualification in that last heat, lane 4 for technical infraction, doesn't change the finishing order for our first 3. And we move on to our second heat. And I think we've got a full house in this one.
Heat 2, event 110. So, lane 0, Lucy Robinson, City of Glasgow. 1, Ava Kirkham, Grangemouth. 2, Kerry Sinnott, Bellshill Shark. 3, Kira Hart, Scotia. 4, Julie Dunn, South Ayrshire. 5, Lexin McCappin, Falkirk Otter. 6, Victoria Niven, City of Glasgow. 7, Caitlin Hamilton, Lanark. 8, Georgia Reid, City of Glasgow. And 9, Samantha Gardner, Wren 96. And it's Kira Hart who turns first at the halfway mark in a time of 34.15. Ava Kirkham in behind her and Julie Dunn in third. Kira Hart has a body length and a half at least lead in the field here as she turns and heads for home. with a battle going on for second place. A good turn there over in lane 1 by Ava Kirkham. Gained a bit of ground on Kira Hart, but not enough, I think, to make any difference as Kira comes into the closing stages of her race this morning, finishing first there in a time of 1:11.45. Ava Kirkham 1:13.64 in second, and the Falkirk Otter swimmer Lexine McAlpin in a time of 1:14.03 as your 1, 2 and 3, subject to official confirmation. And we move on, once we have that official confirmation, on to the final heat of this morning's programme. Heat 3 of event 110.
So on to our final heat. Justin McKenzie in 0, Morgan Bearstein. 1, Emma Leggett, Hamilton Bass. 2, Stella McCarthy, City Glasgow. 3, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swim. 4, Amy Shields, City Glasgow. 5, Kira Sterica, South Ayrshire. 6, Kirsty Gilmore, Hamilton Bass. 7, Emma Craney, Cumbernauld. 8, Sarah Stewart, Morgan Bearstein. And 9, Heather Stewart from North Ayrshire. That's our last event this morning and last heat. And Amy Shields, Kira Sterica, almost together. Advantage just with Amy. But, Kira virtually on her shoulder now. This is the makings of a tight finish. Key to get a good push off the wall. Amy Shields, Kira Sterica. A much stronger push by Amy has given her a massive advantage. Isabel Wood probably is third in lane 3. And no doubt Amy Shields, City Glasgow, on our key event. The backstroke takes that 102.96, 103.98 for Kira. And Isabel Wood is third, 107.01. So that concludes proceedings this morning. Thanks very much for joining us on the live stream. We're back for the afternoon session. I think we're back here at 1:15, so I'm sure that's when we're back. So please join us on the live stream if you can. But from Jackie and myself, Robert Taylor, thanks for joining us this morning from Tollcross. And those of you still here, poolside, big